welcome back to another episode of Necessary Measures with me, Vanessa. I'm so grateful that you are here, and guess what? Today we're talking about gratitude and kindness in kids, so I'm really excited. So let's go ahead and get started. Tis the season, everyone. Thanksgiving is now over and done with. It's time for, Christmas time, if that's, your thing. And so what a great time to discuss today's topic, which is gratitude and acts of kindness with kids. So we're gonna go ahead and get started. I have some resources, some tips, and some suggestions on things that you can do to make sure that, especially during this time of year, kids are, able to do some acts of kindness, or just instill in them some of the gratitude that naturally should take place throughout the year, but this season is a time to kind of focus on it more. So I'm super excited. Okay, parents, so this time of year naturally brings about feelings of gratitude and kindness, and so I thought it was only right to devote a video to just that. So I want to give some tips and some resources that you could use as you're, preparing for the season, of things that you could do with your kids, just to make sure that, they don't lose that this season is really just about the importance of, being grateful, giving back, and doing things for others. So here it is. So gratitude by definition is the quality of being thankful. And so with that naturally comes, appreciation and like manners, please, thank you, and all that, and values, because once they're instilled, it really is a lifelong, it's something that they will carry with them throughout the rest of their lives. So perfect time to instill it in them and get it into their foundational, learning, a time when they're young. Even if they're not young, just a time to focus on it, make new memories, have it be an annual thing that you guys do together. I think is really great. I know it can get, crazy with everything else going on, and it brings about this year especially, you have to be a little bit more creative with how you're able to give back, giving back safely. If that even includes doing something outside the home. And that was the challenge for me this year, because I was really looking forward to, the kids are getting a little older where they can really get hands-on with some of the local organizations and volunteer opportunities. And so this year, okay, we'll get a little creative, but still, since it should be done throughout the year, it's like, okay, well, it's not gonna feel entirely new, or it's not gonna be too what am I trying to say? It's not gonna veer off significantly from, things that we do throughout the year. It's just, a little heavy on the gratitude this season. So in the classroom, the school system, or the school that I last taught at, had this system that it was like filling someone's bucket. And so what that was, and I believe it was based on, because I want to make sure I give credit, I believe it was based on a book, Have You Filled Someone's Bucket Today? Is that the name? Yeah. Have You Filled Someone's Bucket Today? And it is by Carol McLeod. And basically, it's about this invisible bucket that everyone walks around with, and acts of kindness fills their bucket. And so it was a school-wide thing, everyone was into it, from the teachers to the staff, to all the staff, like the lunchroom staff, to the helpers and the volunteers. Like everyone was into it, and it was just, the kids would do something, kind, and you might just say, oh my gosh, you just filled my bucket today, or something like that. And so I really liked that concept, and so I carried it into my parenting as well. When the kids do something, randomly, I might say, oh my gosh, that made, that filled my heart up today. Thank you for that. Or, I try to do things for them that they're not expecting. So for example, this was last year, because, this summer is just like, we're gonna have to do a redo. But last year, my son was really into like having picnics, right? He would ask to have a picnic all the time. And so one day when I picked him up from school, I made sure to pack like a little, picnic basket, which he thought was cool, or not picnic basket, it was a lunchbox. He's really into like a lunchbox last year, and he doesn't get to like take his lunch to school. I don't know the fascination with wanting to take your lunch to school. I have no idea. Maybe it's the cool lunch bags and lunch boxes that are out now or whatever. And so I packed up his lunch and his brother's lunch, and I took them to the park after school, random, they weren't expecting it. And he on the car ride home, he was like, "That was so kind of you, Mom." Like, I know that I filled his bucket that day. And so I guess I like doing, things like that, just kind of random things like that. This year is a little different. Okay, a lot different, but still, you get the idea. So with all of that, being said, basically, I think it's just really important for us to step outside of ourselves, do things for others, with no expectation of, wanting something in return. And I think that as we teach our kids that and really instill in them, just caring, just being thoughtful, caring about others, not getting so caught up in your here and now and your present reality, and being thankful for the things that you do have. I mean, for us, a part of our nightly prayers with the kids is, we are just so grateful that throughout this whole pandemic, this whole year, nobody in our, immediate family, our immediate household has gotten sick. We're so grateful for that. We're so grateful that my husband and I are still able to work, and we know that, that's not the reality for everyone. And so showing our kids and saying that out loud with our kids kind of also teaches them that, while your world, your reality can be so different than someone else's. And so it's just really important. You never know what someone is going through, and just really, teaching them that at an early age is awesome. I wanted to share some resources that I think could be helpful for you and your family during this season. So y'all know what I'm gonna say first. Books. Books are such a great way to, teach gratitude in kids, all ages, any season, right? The book that I referenced earlier, Have You Filled Someone's Bucket Today? I mean, what a cute book, cute story that, once kids hear it, especially if you have it in your home and you're able to read it multiple times, I mean, that stuff really gets into their subconscious, and, just acts of kindness and also, I guess I pair acts of kindness so closely with gratitude, because I just think that when you are, grateful for things and what you have, or, the family around you and things like that, you're just a kinder person. I don't know. Maybe it's weird that I kind of see them, side by side in my mind, but books like that and others will definitely help to show kids, that people go through so many different things, and it's really important to just, do kind things. Just be kind. Back to the book reference, there are so many cute books on gratitude. I know there's a whole series, Noonimals, has an awesome book on gratitudes and teaching gratitude in kids, and there's just so many resources available to us that we have at our disposal that kids can learn from and enjoy, and I just think it's super great. I personally will be getting their bookshelves filled with seasonal books for the end of this year, and I'm just really excited, and I love doing read alouds with them and lessons, and just kind of folding it into their everyday, so they don't feel like, oh, we're about to get a lesson on gratitude or whatever. It's just something that we do, and I think that that's the best way to do it. Just fold it in naturally. Now, of course, there's cute activities. I mean, if you go on Pinterest and just type in gratitude lessons for kids or gratitude activities for kids, sure, there are, they can make a turkey and each feather add something that they're, thankful for. That works too, but there's also opportunities to just fold it into what you're already doing, and those are the lessons that I like the most, the ones that they don't know is a lesson. Another tip is to model gratitude and acts of kindness, because kids are like sponges. Literally, they are listening to everything. They are watching everything. And so, it doesn't have to be these grand lessons, and you don't have to be the most artistic and creative person in the world, but I mean, just the smallest things. For example, when we're in the car and we're, on our way someplace, and if we see an accident, I will always pass that accident and say a prayer out loud. And, my sons are in the back, they hear, Corey is, she's, getting to the point where she can understand, but, my son will always, chime in with an amen, or, wow, Mom, what do you think happened? Do you think there were any kids in the car? And so, it can be something just that small that they are seeing, and that they, not seeing the accident, but seeing you, say a little prayer, some little prayer that everyone involved will be okay. And so just them hearing that around the house, just saying, as parents, and I've referenced this in another video, don't be so high on your horse that you cannot tell your kids thanks, or, when you mess up, or that, they filled your bucket today, or something that they did was very sweet, something as small as, they made you a picture at school today, and I don't know what parent wouldn't want to receive, a picture from their kid and just be, thankful that they were thinking of them while they're at school enough to draw a picture, for them. So just little things like that, and modeling for them can go a long way. Okay, the next little tip, or something to think about, especially this season, is giving. Make sure that your kids are seeing you, give back. And not just see you give back, but also be a part of that giving back. I know, kids grow so fast, right? So the things that they outgrow, teach them to, set it aside in a pile, to donate, right? Teach them the concept of donating. Why do we donate? Why do we give things away that, may not fit us anymore? Can someone else who may not have, for example, a coat this season, could they use your coat that you outgrew, instead of, keeping it in the closet, in the back of the closet somewhere? So let them be a part of it and teach them. Chase has this really cool, I guess it's a workbook. I'm not sure where we got it from, maybe a dentist office or something, but it's a Goodwill book. And inside of it, it's a story. And the little boy, had so many toys in his room, and his mom came into the room and was like, hey, I think that some of these toys could be best used by someone else who can, play with them. And so he was a part of cleaning up and going to the donation center, and they learned about, how Goodwill helps, connect people with jobs. And it was just really, it's such a cool book. And from time to time, he'll pick that out for story time. And I think that it's good that he, even though he's getting older, he'll pick things that his younger siblings can learn from. And every season we're like cleaning out closets and drawers, and just, showing them that giving is important too. Again, throughout the year, but especially during this time when it gets cold, the change of seasons, any change of season. So giving, showing them giving and being a part of the giving, I think is really cool, so important. And it just helps them, it helps them see the things that they have. Maybe they don't realize, how much clothes that they have, or all the toys that they do have or have gotten, throughout the year, but they're able to, step outside of wanting to hoard them and keep them all for themselves and give it to someone who may not have it. So I think that's cool too. Okay, so this next one, I personally want to get better at, especially with the kids. And like I said earlier in the video, I'm just so bummed out that, with the pandemic and everything, we just, we've really just basically stayed home. The kids just go to school and back. But volunteering. Having your kids be a part of volunteering efforts. And this year, while I think that we will definitely do like a coat drive, something that's, it's safe, we could just, round up our coats here at the house and then give them to an organization in need. I was really looking forward to getting them out in the community and volunteering, outside of the home this year, but that's okay. There's always next year. But I think that when kids are a part of volunteering efforts, they just get that firsthand, hands-on experience of, you know, maybe hearing someone's story or just being a part of something good, right? You just feel good when you're doing good. So if that's a food pantry, if it's, you know, collecting canned goods for the church, or, you know, a local food bank. Basically, I want to get better at volunteering, especially during the holiday season, just to, you know, incorporate that gratitude and acts of kindness and instill that into them young, so that, you know, they don't grow up feeling entitled, or, you know, I don't know. It's just really important to me. So I think that starting them young is just the key. Oh, here's another one I almost forgot. So my kids, especially during the summer, were seeing me, because they were here, of course, they were seeing me meditate and journal. I think that just unlocking that kids can meditate too. There's no age on meditation. And quieting the mind sometimes, especially with everything, all the, you know, social media and screen time that there is. I feel like all kids right now just has an increased amount of screen time, whether it's educational or not. It's just they're just in front of the screens more because of the pandemic and whatnot. And so, you know, just taking some time, it could be 7 minutes, it could be 10 minutes, but just to quiet their mind, have them be more, you know, present. I like that about meditation. You're just really able to be present. And at first it might be difficult, but you get the hang of it the more that you do it. And so they would see me do my meditation and do my yogas and do my journaling. And I think that there's a level of gratitude that just naturally comes with just, you know, focusing in on the present, quieting your mind. I just feel like meditating right now. But yeah, kids can do that too, and kids can be a part of it. And so not just during the holiday season, but again, you know, throughout the year. And I just think it's something really cool that will, you know, getting instilled in them at an early age, they'll carry with them throughout life. Maybe this one goes without saying, but just really being vocal to your kids about the fact that, you know, everyone is going through, or you don't know what someone may be going through. And so be kind. Be kind. Yeah. So guys, I think that's it. Be sure to hit the subscribe button so you can be notified when videos drop just like this one. I post every Friday, so make sure you are tuned in to check out those videos. Like, comment, and share to hear and see more. So parents, I'd love to hear about ways that you incorporate giving and gratitude throughout this season. Drop a comment below. I'd love to interact and read them all. Thank you so much. I will see you next week. Bye-bye. The power of gratitude in kids is just, it's something that they will carry with them for the rest of their lives. And I am just, you know, it makes me happy to know that if I can instill values like that into my kids, I've done something good.